This is the M-Balm effect. M-Balm. Uber Mike. Zookeeper. Ghost. Streaming live from YouTube, Facebook, and the thembalmeffect.com. The M-Balm effect starts now.
Yo, what's going on? It's Saturday, August 17th, 2019. Good afternoon, it's the M-Balm effect. I'm M-Balm, Uber Mike is here.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Zookeeper's here.
What's poppin'?
Ghost is not with us tonight. He's a little hungover, boys.
I think so. I think last night
A little under the weather.
was a great night.
Yep.
I know Ghost got pretty drunk.
He did.
He's probably sleeping right now. He didn't respond to any of our messages,
No, he
but
didn't.
it's all right.
But he let us know, or let me know at least, that he wasn't going to be able to make it, but that's okay because we'll probably see him next week on the show. So, oh wait, no, that's
Or
right.
the midweek after.
Well, actually, that's what I'm going to say. The afterburn's probably going to happen this week, but next Saturday, Kat and I's wedding's happening. I'm getting married, and it's probably not going to happen, boys. So
We'll be at a wedding,
that's
so
all right because we'll make up for it the week after. But as of right now, we're here and we're talking to you, and you can talk to us also. Give us a text, give us a call. 855-MBALM-19. That's 855-622-5619. Now, before we get started on anything, let's talk about last night, because last night was a great show over at the Main Street Armory, held by Labyrinth Agencies. Thank you, Dan, for having us there. It was a good time. I personally believed that Black Carl stole the whole show, in my opinion.
I like Black.
I thought it was pretty good. Unfortunately, we weren't able to stay for Levitate, so I can't really judge on that. I'm sure he blew away the whole Main Street Armory, but at that point, though, Black Carl was pretty good. Slave was good also. I can't knock anybody. Everybody did their thing. What'd you guys think?
Yeah, man. I'd say as soon as we got in there and we went towards the bar, I gotta say, when Dan was telling me about how the sound was gonna be much better than the one before we went to,
Oh, yeah.
that sound
better.
was
Yeah.
lit. I mean, I was at the bar, and at one point I felt the
You
bass
could feel
hitting my
it just
chest
hit your
all the way
skin.
at the bar.
Oh yeah,
And that's quite a good distance from where the stage was.
it really is.
And you could feel it.
You could.
Go ahead. What do you think, Zoo?
You could feel it on your skin. Just the vibrations in the air. Yeah, they were pretty intense. It was unlike anything we saw at the Alien Fam show. You know,
Yeah, and
it wasn't,
I liked how the inside was. It was lots of space for
was pretty
everybody. There was a
spacious, yeah.
lot of space. I think the place was definitely a good place to have it.
Oh yeah, Main Street Armory's definitely got a good venue for this kind.
Definitely. Only thing I could say, not even to them, but to the Main Street Armory, step up your bar game.
Oh, because of the mixed drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know.
That's the Main Street Armory. That has nothing to do with the Labyrinth Agency. The show, the music was amazing.
Yeah.
I had a great time. I loved the sounds. I loved the visuals. The visuals were top notch.
Blew me away actually. I thought they were pretty good.
You know what I mean? The crowd. What do you guys
It
think?
was a
What do you
little
guys say in the
lacking.
crowd?
I would definitely say it was a little lacking. I think one of the problems is, a $20 cover charge. Not everybody's going to be there for that. I mean,
Yeah, I
$10, $15, that's really more of a, bring the crowd in type deal. Everybody's going to come and show. But
I agree.
I think if they lowered the venue ticket price from $20 at least to like $15.
Yeah, and I kind of feel bad for the people
12.
who bought online because they actually paid
Yeah,
a lot
they're-
more than people who paid at the door.
I thought so
And,
too, but you
that,
know
that
what?
I was surprised because when I went online to look, it was after a
service
There were
fees.
some places charging more than others for service fees, from what I understood.
Right.
But at the least, like Ryan ended up paying over $26 for his, while we paid $20 at the door. So there seemed to have been a price fluctuation between where you got the ticket
Yeah.
Definitely.
for the same thing.
I'll tell you what,
One of the places-
speaking of prices and all that, and speaking of spending money, man, Ghost spent a lot of
Oh
money.
boy, here we go.
The
All
guy,
right.
he just...
Let's
So we have
backtrack
a-
to the beginning of the night. We get there.
We have a story
Ghost. We get there. Ghost goes up
he
to the
had a-
bar.
he had a few drinks.
Several drinks. I mean, within the first hour, he
Had
may
a
have
few
gotten
drinks.
4 or 5 beers. one polling night, we all went to the back of the venue, started looking at all the cool stuff that the vendors have. You know,
Yeah.
a bunch of. There's this really cool guy that we met who he made homemade glass pieces and all
Yes.
types of what were they? Smoke pieces.
All kinds of different things that he had there. He had paintings.
What was it? What are the ones you put around your pennants or such with a P?
They have glass pendants there.
glass pendants,
They had a
that's
bunch
it.
of pendants.
There
they
you
had
go.
a bunch of glass pieces. But anyway, Ghost went over, and long story short, he bought a whole ton of stuff. I mean,
He
we're
bought
talking
out this guy's little case of
Pokemon pins.
Pokemon pens for like $45. Then he
But-
proceeded to spend.
But guess this, $250
$250.
Hold on,
for
let's
a
get
painting.
that. Let's get that photo up here.
Do
real
we have the
quick.
painting?
Do we have a
photo?
picture of that?
We do. Let me get that up here for you in just
If not,
a
I
moment.
got one on my phone. But
Here it is, right here. Here's Ghost with his newly purchased painting that he bought here last night. There
from
he
the
is.
artist. Okay.
He's drinking his beer too.
Oh yeah, he was having a great time. I
He
mean,
was
the
having a
guy
really
just
good time.
he had a really good time. He had such a good time that he didn't make it to the show today.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and you see that he bought that picture right there for $200. And I remember the ATM was broken. I tried to tell him like, man, I think you're a little intoxicated.
Yeah,
I think.
and
And he proceeded to look at me with that weird face like I was going crazy, and he followed that man upstairs to the other ATM, came back down with that money, and walked out with that picture. I actually
Yeah.
carried it to the car for him. So
I
he
know
didn't
you
break
did.
It.
You had it over your head like this, so that way, if in case it rained, it would rain on the painting.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus, dude. No, I mean, it was a good time. I had a couple drinks. We had a couple drinks beforehand. Of course, designated drivers, all that stuff were in place, so we had a good time. Everybody was safe. And I would say I'd give this a 5 out of 5. I actually had a good time. Did you see the bathroom? Did you go to the bathroom
Okay,
and
I
have
did
that guy?
not like the bathroom.
You didn't like the bathroom? Did you like the
there
guy
was the
handing
guy.
you the-
There was a guy in the bathroom.
There was a
who gave me a
bathroom
really
attendant.
weird vibe where I didn't want to go in there and piss
He was
because I was
creepy.
like, this guy was like, what? Like he was literally stationed in the bathroom,
He was.
watching everybody.
Oh, yeah. He was handing me paper towels. He was turning on my sinks. And I was just like, all right, dude, I don't need you to do this. I mean, I can do this myself.
But I went to the bathroom to use it, and just because he was there and stuff, I didn't even use the bathroom.
Was
there.
he watching you?
I went in and he made eye contact with me, and I'm like, all right, what's
the
this?
bathroom attendant guy?
Yeah,
he
and
was
I'm like-
showing
I'm
you
like-
which stall to go in.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude, like I was waiting for the private stalls.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, I felt so weird sitting there, and the dude was just staring at me like.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, all right, never mind. I'll
like
wait
he's-
until I get home.
It's like you're taking a leak there, and all of a sudden he's like, leaning over, like, oh, what? Let me measure up here, man. Like, no. I
Just
don't
paper
need you.
towel, you little drip.
I don't need you, watching me use the bathroom here. So, or I don't even need you using the turning on the sinks for me. I can do that myself.
Right. I mean, yeah. Ryan, I guess he did the bathroom fine.
Yeah.
He actually was showing me where the bathroom was. I was confused too because the way the bathroom was set up, I was looking at men and women, and I thought the men's room went into the women's room because the way that
Yeah.
it was so close.
I was so confused. I
I
was
was
like, where do I
confused
go?
as hell. So I asked the lady, I was like, where's the men's room? And she looked at me like I was dumb, and she pointed. She was like, right there. I was like, wait a second.
Wait a minute.
I was like, ladies, men's, but when you go into men's, it went in like this.
Yeah, it was
And
weird.
I thought it was like a wall.
So
like
I
a,
may or
like
may
a
not
cross
have
wall.
almost
Right.
walked into the women's bathroom,
Oh,
but the nice
Zoo.
bathroom attendant caught me.
Oh no.
I don't know. I thought he was really nice, but maybe he just gave you weird vibes. I
don't know, man. He was a little too nice. He was handing me paper towels, and he didn't even hand me one paper towel or two. He handed me like 4 at a
3 or
time.
4.
And I'm like, dude, I don't need this much.
Nah,
and then he's
but
turned on the scene.
Did you see the tip jar?
I didn't
He had
see
the
it.
tip jar.
He had
okay.
a tip jar in the bathroom.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
sorry
have that
about
all the venues. I'm not joking. Like they.
Hey
legit
guys,
have
tell
them
us
there.
what you think. Tip jars in a
Tip jars
bathroom
in
and
a
a
bathroom,
personal
yes.
bathroom attendant at an event. I want to hear what you guys think about that.
Now this is not the first time I've seen this because I.
This is the first time I've seen this.
You're on. I don't know.
I've been
man.
to a few
Like,
shows. Every show I've went to, I've
You've
never
been
had a personal
sheltered.
bathroom attendant.
You've
No,
been sheltered,
it's-
buddy.
I mean, I've been to
You're a
the
sheltered
I've been to the
person.
auditorium across the street from there. I've been to the Kodak Theater. I've been, to the Red Wings Stadium, the soccer stadium. I've never had a personal attendant in a bathroom except
So
Main Street
bizarre.
Armory.
You know, I have been to a couple. Okay, so I've been to the Elton John concert at the Main Street Armory. I went there. I also went to a Green Day concert, and they had one
Oh,
there.
dude, how was that?
Green Day was awesome.
Was it good?
Yeah.
I
and,
missed that show, man.
Oh, honestly, here's a story. How I got the Green Day concert ticket. This TV repairman from Time Warner Cable
Yeah.
comes into my house, we all get talking, me and my mom. And he literally is like, well, you guys seem like a pretty good folks. Here. He literally gives me 2 tickets for
Wow.
Green Day. And the story was he and his wife were going to, I guess, go to this concert. And then his wife booked a vacation
Yeah.
and didn't take him
What?
on the vacation.
Hey, you know what?
And didn't tell him about the vacation.
Well,
And he found out.
He found out, and then he just gave me the tickets, and he was like, "Here, you use them." So I brought me and my buddy Kurt.
that's right.
I wonder if they're still married. Probably not.
Probably not.
man.
That didn't sound.
That
a
sounds
good
like
story,
she
but
did something behind his back.
I don't
dude.
know. But
Well, you never know, man.
That's a crazy story, though.
That's
man.
a crazy
Isn't it?
story.
That's a great.
but
Like my wife went on vacation without me and didn't tell me about it. So here's
yeah,
the tickets,
I don't know
man.
how to respond
Take the
to
tickets.
that.
Take the tickets we were gonna use.
Like, he was a nice guy, but
Yeah. I mean,
now,
this-
Uber Mike, have you ever had any like crazy things like that happen to you?
I've had crazy things happen to me. I've never had anything like that happen where I've gotten free tickets.
No.
or-
not good things, right?
Well,
Not good
actually,
things.
there's a lot of different things in this topic that you're asking. So what are you asking? You should be like, what? What?
Have you ever experienced any women that have maybe like, I don't know, that just been not the most truthful?
Absolutely.
Like,
Well,
we
yeah,
know
it's-
you're on.
Absolutely.
We know you're a single guy and you're looking. You've been looking for your soulmate. So have you experienced any of that?
Absolutely.
he says.
And
Is there
the
any-
only thing that you can do with those type of people, honestly, I've learned over the last 2 years of being single, is when someone like that comes in your life, as much as it hurts and it sucks, drop them out of your life.
Drop them. We got a dog in the
and
studio.
Hang out
with
with your
us.
We
friends
do
and
have a
move
dog
on.
in the studio.
Because at the end of the day, somebody who does that, they don't change.
No, you're right, man. You
They
don't.
do
They
not
don't. They
change.
Do
don't.
you have
They
any
don't-
situations like that may have happened, like that you could share, like any of these dating apps?
Dude, those dating apps.
The
Any
dating
crazy
apps are
people?
probably the stupidest thing. Honestly,
Well, hey
I don't
now.
know. I guess some people have better luck than
Hey
others.
now, hey, let's listen. I'm getting married on Saturday.
Well,
with
see,
the-
it worked out for you.
It worked out for
Now, let's
Anything
back
recent.
up really fast.
Anything
Let's back. Hold on.
recent
All
that
right,
you
let's
could
back
tell
up a little
us
bit.
about.
Okay.
He met his soulmate off a
I
dating
did.
app. Now, it does work. There is that 1 or 2% that actually do.
Okay.
Absolutely.
They're-
But
I'm
my
living
experience
proof.
with dating apps is, of course, I'm a guy and I deal with women on dating apps.
Now we
is-
can't name any names.
Right, there's
here,
no
folks.
names,
We can't name any names
because everyone's
but
different.
Right.
Matching with X amount of people. What I've noticed, a lot of women, they match with you. They don't. You try to. If you're a guy like me who actually cares about people and is looking for a real soulmate, chances are it's probably not the best place because these women just don't respond. But they're looking for on these dating apps mostly 90% is just go mess around or looking for good times.
See, that's
That's not me. When I'm on there, I'm actually trying. I'm a hard-working professional. I work all throughout the day. I
He's
take
a
care of my
hard-working
animals. I
professional,
pay all my
folks.
bills. Take
Right.
care of my place.
Right.
I don't do all this crazy stuff everyone else is doing.
right. No.
So, and that's okay. And the thing is, if so said woman skips over me and they go on and get hurt,
You move on.
don't come back to me.
Right,
It's
just-
like there's certain people in my life that have talked to me and they've left me because
Don't
they
come
didn't want to
back.
date me,
Right.
but they go on to date other people. But guess what? When something bad happens with that, I don't come back this way.
Right. And you got to make sure you cut off all ties. I mean, you can't have
Absolutely.
any
Cut ties,
any
yes.
type of connections or unless you have kids with said person or whatever.
That's different.
That's
Kids
different.
are different.
But if
you
you have
bring
no kids,
into it, that's where it get messy.
Do yourself a favor. Don't ever speak any words to that person again. Don't text them. Get rid of their number. All that stuff. Just get rid of them.
Yep.
It saves you the grief and all the heartache and all the suffering in the long run.
And I've noticed over the past, maybe couple months, I've been more doing of things that I want to do.
Yeah.
That I haven't been because it's bringing me down. I've been gaming a lot more.
Got some
Doing
games?
animal
back
shelter
into
stuff.
your,
Going out to events more with
fun
you
things.
guys.
Yeah,
and,
we've been doing a
You know,
lot
I'm
of
just
stuff.
trying to do things that are happy, and hopefully soon somebody will come around. If not, well, I guess I'll just get my house and have all my money to myself.
Listen, man, you can't
And my
rush
animals.
it. You can't rush it. You're only 22.
You can't rush it, buddy.
And you'll find somebody. It in due time. It just takes time. You just can't you can't force something that's not gonna,
And I think
fall
what
natural.
happens is a lot right now in our generation is a lot of people try to force something that isn't meant to be.
No, a lot
And
of
we
times.
see it on social media a lot.
Oh yeah.
We see it all the time on Facebook of couples fighting.
That's right.
Couples, breaking each other's crap or smashing their cars or somebody did this and that.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, it ain't worth the stress or the time to deal with deal with those type of situations or be
It's
involved.
not.
No.
I have money to make.
Right.
I got goals in life that I want to achieve and get to. There's no time to backtrack and go destroy somebody's crap
No.
or go do that. Best thing to do, I'll tell you right now, when you drop somebody who's done something bad to you, if you drop them like that and don't say anything, it actually hurts them a lot more because they're not getting the reaction, they're not getting that pleasure they want to get out of you for them.
Right.
Because it really is what they do. It's almost like a mental stability for them. They get like a, I don't know, I wouldn't say a high, but like a good feeling when they get that reaction from somebody.
They feel good to control somebody.
They feel good to
manipulate.
control the situation. So
Okay.
if you don't let them, you won. You
Well,
stay
you know-
silent, you
Right.
won.
Well, you know what they always say? They always say silence is the best answer. The best
Yeah.
reaction. So I mean, in a situation like that, you just, like I said, you got to move on. You got to cut off all ties. But yeah, I mean, just that in general. It's just
Don't
we've
put
all gone
yourself
through
in
it.
situations where it just tires you and stresses you out. I've wasted 3 years in that situation, and
Yeah.
I've learned the hard way, but I'm not going to let it happen again. And
That's
I know
right.
the signs,
Yeah.
and I know the personalities, and I know, the sparks of that type of relationship coming.
yeah.
And it all starts with, I'm not going to go into detail, but it all starts with a few key signs that
Yeah.
you get from experience.
It all starts with going to a show and buying a painting for $200.
Or that. Or that.
Ah, Ghost,
That
where
could
are you,
be.
man?
Where are you, Ghost?
He's probably sleeping.
Ghost, if you're out
He's
there.
going to wake up later tonight
and you're
and see this, and
listening.
he's going to be like, oh, you guys talked
We
about
miss
me.
you,
and the show." I was
buddy.
like, "Yeah."
But
No,
anyway,
let's
Ghost, we got to
I
go
think
out
we
tonight,
got
buddy.
another topic here that everybody's been talking about.
What's
What's
that
that?
one?
You
you
know, I'm sure you've all heard about billionaire Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh yeah, we
Oh.
talked. I saw you guys talking about that a little bit on the Afterburn last week.
And Prince Andrew, I heard a lot
Well,
of things about Prince
Hold
Andrew.
up. We now have some new news. So, our sources tell us that in one of the witnesses in the 22 women that are testifying,
Okay.
one of them is saying she was handed off to a bunch of billionaires and very wealthy people, politicians. One was, I believe, the former governor of New Mexico, and the other one of them that was named. There's a lot of names on there, but
Yeah.
just the big ones that we were seeing. Prince Andrew of the royal family.
Wow.
Now, how is that for shocking that, the
Oh, you
royal
know.
family has a pedophile in there?
Oh,
and
no big deal.
Prince Andrew's wife, who, now, this is his ex-wife,
Right.
the Duke of
York.
York, or,
York, right?
Or
the
Duke
Duchess
of
of
something.
York.
Duke
Duchess
of
of York.
something.
Okay.
She whisked him off on a vacation to a $48 million house right now for a week to
Yeah, as soon as-
supposedly
it's funny, as soon as this-
rekindle their love.
Yeah,
Yo, as
to
soon
rekindle.
as all this happened, it's funny that he immediately left.
Oh yeah, I know. It's weird, isn't it? It's just kind of like perfect timing.
The
But-
cookie's crumbling for these high wealthy people.
Well, it's like you get the people who, jump off, they jump the gun and they already start speculating what happened. But we also get the people that sit there and go, well, the TV told me this is what's going on, so I got to take it as 100% fact. I'm not going to question anything because this is just how I am. That's not how I am. But that's how those
Exactly.
people are. I always question things like, okay, listen, there's things that are just not adding up, and why aren't they adding up? So then you got to put the pieces together like a puzzle. And like you said, like that's just odd. It's weird.
Something's not making sense. So
No.
it tells me somebody on the inside is going after
I'm just
going
gonna
to
sit back. I'm gonna let time run its course.
That's right.
And I'm sure in the next month or two we're gonna see
know,
another
you-
article or update that says this. I mean, think about it.
We will be covering
Trump's
this
got
the next
his.
few months.
Apparently,
Oh, yeah.
Trump's got the FBI investigating
He
this.
does have
Is
the
that what's
FBI,
going on?
But also, I want to know, Ashton Kutcher was involved in
Ashton.
finding sex trafficking victims.
You mean Michael Kelso from the '70s show?
Yes.
Wow.
This
His
was
name
an
was in
article.
this?
No.
No.
He actually has a foundation now that he's using his money to fight sex trafficking and
Wait,
things.
is that the guy who dropped his career to go? There was a guy. I don't know if it's the same guy, but there was a guy who dropped his career.
He's married to Mila
go
Kunis.
and help find missing kids missing people.
I mean, he
don't
didn't
know.
really
I forgot
drop
who it
his
was.
career. His
no, it might
career
be
already
another
blew
guy.
up.
But there was a guy who,
Yeah, I mean-
dropped
Ashton Kutcher.
everything to go and do this.
That's
to go
Ashton
find missing
Kutcher.
people.
Okay, so
That's
it
Ashton
is
Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher. Okay.
So
Like he
he's-
willingly dropped it.
You know,
he
he's
just said, "I'm gonna go
invested
save
so
people."
many resources into this that I'm wondering if this had something to do with it. Finding, because he was saying there's a lot of wealthy men
Right.
in America that are buying little girls.
See, that's
And
messed
then
up,
a
man.
year later, I wonder, connect
Yeah.
the dots. Maybe, we don't know.
I know.
But tell us what you think.
Yeah, give us an email. The
Give
M-Balm
us an
effect
email,
at
give us a
Call
gmail.com.
call,
us, text
855
us,
M-Balm
tweet us.
19. That's 855-622-5619. Give us a call, give us your comments,
That's right.
or even call in about another topic or idea.
Well, now, guys, I know that's a topic we just talked about, but there's something that happened in recent weeks here locally,
Yeah.
and we have video footage of it. So let's watch this video here. This is in, I believe, Chilai. Good Smoke BBQ.
Oh boy,
is
here
this
we
the
go.
car that went through?
That's right.
That
Watch
went
this.
straight through the whole thing.
That's right.
I saw this.
Now,
Here we
this is
go.
crazy.
Watch
All right,
this.
now watch the car.
You're just
plow
working,
Right through.
Boom! It hits it right there. This girl just is in complete shock. Look, and then the car speeds off. Okay, they're out here looking, and then she comes out. Round two. Ding, ding,
Round two.
ding. Bam! Again. There it is. Isn't that nuts?
Now, I guess the driver was 75?
Yeah,
you
she
said?
was
a 75
72 years old or something like that. She's definitely got in trouble for that. You want to see
Yeah.
the outside damage? The outside
Let's see
damage
it.
is insane. I mean, look at this thing. This is the corner of the restaurant right here.
Oh, that whole
Wow.
pillar that's
The whole
supports
thing
that-
is just destroyed.
That's a
It's
structural
gone.
pillar, it looks like.
It's
yeah,
friggin'
that's-
gone.
That is structural.
Oh yeah, look at this. The
There's
structure's
structural
compromised
damage
after
there.
that. But she hit it 2 times.
Now, I don't know if, that was just a freak traffic accident where she,
It was like
No.
she was speeding, and then they said failure to maintain lane or something like that. But that's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
it's
but,
funny.
I mean,
at
that's
my
a little
job, I'm not gonna say
extra.
where I work just for personal reasons,
Right.
but it's a big environment.
Yep.
And one of the buildings in front of mine on a weekend, over the weekend, smashed and went through one of the main offices.
Oh my god, dude.
So there's an office where a specific somebody sits. The car went straight, so it went down the road into the lot,
Right.
into the front of the big building, right into the front. And it was an office where somebody sits. Good thing this happened at 3 a.m. because if this happened
Oh,
12 hours later, at that time,
Yeah,
somebody
somebody-
would have been dead.
I was gonna say, were you there for that? But no, 3 in the morning.
this
No one's
happened.
there.
We were actually, if I remember seeing, we were actually probably out at Silver Ball or something that night when it
Yeah,
happened.
probably.
Because it was about 3 a.m. They said the guy was really, really drunk.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it's insane.
He just, I don't know how he did it. I went to work and I saw big white boards covering the whole section.
Yeah.
And they're waiting to rebuild that whole.
That's
They
crazy.
got to rebuild it.
Yeah, I mean that's
That
just insane,
damage
man.
there, what they're gonna do to temporarily support it, they're probably gonna put those blocks like they do bridges.
Yep.
To hold it up, and then they're gonna get all the things they need, and they're gonna slowly start putting it back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to thank all the viewers that are on right now. If you've been coming in and out, or if you're watching the replay, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and also follow us on our social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You'll get all the updates. Trust me. So here's another topic I want to talk about. This just happened in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and I have some very it's a graphic footage. So if you
Okay.
don't want to watch, I always give you the warning. So please give us a moment. If not, please continue watching then, because it's very important to see this if you aren't bothered by that kind of thing. Let's watch the video here real quick.
I'm actually curious to see what this is.
The volume might be a little.
Up more.
It's. But you'll understand what's happening here. So.
Is this a
Please.
police video?
Yep. Please. Just here we go.
What's going on today? What are your names? Alright. We got a contact that put your hands out of your pockets. Possible assault that occurred? Okay. What's your name? What do you go by? You go by Spaz? Okay. Put your hands up for a sec. Put your pull the two people similar descriptions, possibly having a gun, right? So don't reach for your waist. Just check and make sure you don't have a weapon, right?
And he's guilty.
Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Get out of the ground! Get down on the ground!
Oh, he's leaking.
Yes.
Did he have a gun?
Hold on,
Hold on. We'll talk about that in just a moment.
Hold on, clear for medical. We're on the south side of Adams. Bruce and Bruce. He's got bend in the road. He's got a fucking gun. Yeah.
So he did have a gun.
Take the short gun. He's got a gun in his pants. I can't get to it. Hold on. I'm cutting the pants off.
Yeah, I can tell what type of pants are. Those are like sport pants.
Yes.
Really, it's hard, you know, when they're in there, like it gets tangled up and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Where's the other one go? We got him. You got it? Who's with him? Who's Gonzo, stay with him. Go, stay with him. Hold, buddy.
All right. So let's talk
Oh,
about this
boy.
for
All
a
right.
second.
Let me back up and I want to go first here.
Okay.
So after viewing the video, they stopped him. He got out. He identified, you know, why I'm stopping you.
Right.
He fit the description of an assault that just happened.
Yep.
Was also told that there was a weapon.
Right.
As soon as he said that there was also told there was a weapon and that other cop came to search him, he bolted.
Yep.
Now, in common sense, that shows that you're guilty of something. If you're right there and you don't want to be certain, you just bolt.
Right. You don't run.
Especially when the cop says, and it's been reported that he also has
That
a
he
weapon.
may have been
That
carrying a
kid,
firearm.
now I'm real with you. Cops have to make split-second decisions. If the cop didn't shoot and that kid was able to reach for that gun, could the kid have shot back and killed the cop?
Well, here's the thing.
That's the whole entire issue here, and honestly, it was just a bad choice from the guy to run, especially and try. And I don't know if he was trying to pull the handgun. It all happened very quickly.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
But here's the
even in
thing.
the video,
I mean, you
but
saw it. Like,
But the
we
cop
saw it.
identified himself, said, "Why I'm stopping you."
Right.
He
He
gave
did
him.
not
He told him everything before
he was
he
being
even
perfectly
started.
calm,
He
too.
said, "There is an assault. You fit the description. They have a weapon. We need to
Right.
search you. You fit." You know, and he said the other officer's going to check you for weapons. As soon as he went to check that one kid, he knew he had a weapon, and he
had
knew
to
he was
go.
guilty. And the only reason, if you're guilty and you know you're done something wrong, you run.
But here's my thing, though.
If you were not guilty, you would have just been, all right, go ahead, check me. I have nothing.
Here's my thing, though. At
Exactly.
that point, the guy was running away from him. They didn't happen to see a gun on him until the end, and they shot him in the back. That's the problem. You can't shoot somebody as they're running away from you in the back. I don't care if you're a cop. It just
But if
by
but-
law, that's not
yes,
supposed to be the way.
absolutely. But I have a question. If that cop would have been killed, then people would just be like, oh, well, who cares?
I know, but what I'm saying is he didn't get killed, and he didn't know he actually had a gun on him until after he was shot and down on the ground, and they were searching him.
But, you know, with criminals in America,
I know.
and the
I'm
thing
just-
that goes on, it always seems that
I know.
people, the
It's
criminals,
hard today.
everybody likes to side with the criminal
I don't like to say
who hurt somebody because they just said they just assaulted somebody and the kid had a gun. So obviously the kid is a criminal if he just hurt somebody else.
but is
and
there
has a
proof?
gun.
Is there proof though? They may have matched the description, but you don't know that they're the actual guys you're looking for.
I understand what you mean, but
You
I'm
know
going to
what I
cut
mean?
it out right here. This is where we let criminals go get scot-free, and this is why we have so many criminals, because criminal like that, a cop identifies, you know, even though he got shot, the kid had the gun, the kid probably did it, no reason to run. I mean, I'm be real with you, this is probably why we have so many criminals, because we just let them, pretty much what they're going to do is they're going to say the cop is going to get fired, they're going to let the criminal go, and that guy's going to go out and hurt somebody
No,
else, and no
I
one's
don't-
going to care.
I don't think that's
Not
gonna
one
happen.
person's going to care.
No, the guy died anyways. First of all, the guy died from his
Yeah.
injuries. Second of all, I don't think they're going to fire the cops. I think they're going to make it justified in their own words and
He's
own
going to
terms.
get fired. I think he's going to
I
get
don't
fired.
know. He might be on suspension or something like that, but I don't think he's going to get fired. I
For
don't
the
know.
shooting in the back when the kid didn't have
Yeah,
the
but
gun
then-
out, I think that's what he's
But you
going
also
to get
gotta,
fired for.
I know, but you also got to think though, since he did have a gun on him, You know, there's a lot of different things that happen in that moment, and trust me, I know. I mean, it's a
the
quick
bottom
split
line
decision
here-
you need to make.
Let's
But
put it this way.
He shot him in the back, and that's kind of bad, and that's not good.
But if the criminal
Yeah.
shoots somebody, that's bad. But then an innocent person loses their life.
Well,
And
shooting
nobody. But
anyone's
the
not
thing is,
good.
nobody cares when that happens. That's what I'm trying to exercise and what goes on. Everybody will focus on what the cop did. Nobody will care about the victims that are in the case either, that have been hurt by these criminals.
You know,
I grew up around criminals. I grew up
I
in the
know.
city where
I'm just saying.
where I went. I grew up around kids who had guns and would lie to cops and would run away from cops and would steal and would go and break into places and say, "Oh no, I didn't do it. I'm the innocent one. No, I didn't hurt nobody."
Well, you
when
see
in
it all the
fact,
time.
they were the ones who hurt that person.
Obviously.
They were the ones who robbed that store. They were the
And
ones
they just don't
who
wanna
did
get
this. And
busted.
they just don't want to go to jail because, I just want to continue being bad and no repercussions should come to me.
Well, obviously they think that
basically
way.
in their mentality where I grew up, it's like I should have the right to hurt somebody. The cops don't have a right to hurt me. So if I want to rob your house, let me do it. Don't
that's-
hurt me.
That's the wrong mentality.
Yep.
But that's the mentality
can't
that they
have
live
that
in.
mentality.
Let me rob you, let me hurt you, but don't hurt me.
Well, it's screwed up, I know. But what I'm saying is, in this particular case, it's like a blurred line here because you know how it is. Cops aren't supposed to shoot at somebody who runs away, but at the same time, he did have a weapon on him, and it could have been possible.
It could have went the other way.
But he didn't see the. Well, the thing is did he or did he
But
not
it was
see the gun?
reported
already?
that the witness saw one of the individuals with a gun. It was reported before they even got there that a witness saw them with a gun. And it turned out, even though
All
the
right.
kid got shot, it did turn out
That he had a
had a gun.
firearm.
Now, if it turns out that he didn't have a gun,
That's what I was gonna ask you.
that would be a straight, that cop just killed an innocent person. The kid didn't have a gun. But this guy ran, got shot, and had the gun.
But now, what if he did have a gun? And obviously, it's either or. But what if it was he had the gun, but he wasn't a part of what the initial call
Then
was?
that is where it gets so twisty.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Because
not as
what
easy
state,
as it
but
looks.
the thing is, what are the laws in his state? Does he live in a southern state where it's
it's
very?
Colorado.
I think that's more of a. That's more. Is that blue or a red
It's
state?
give and take.
Is that more 50-50?
It's mixed. It's very mixed there.
Well, I'm not really familiar with
Because, like, for
Colorado
example,
laws.
if you go down south in the south, like Texas, Florida, you could pretty much have that gun on you legally. Nobody could say a thing.
Right.
If you're up here where we live in New York, you're probably going to get a good 5-year sentence for having
an illegal gun.
unlawful possession of a firearm.
Right.
Yep.
So it also depends on where you are, what the laws are, what the restrictions are in that state, because each state has a different restriction on gun laws. Every
Yes.
Right.
no
It's
one
all
state
different.
is the same.
No.
You can go somewhere and go to jail for 5 years versus somewhere that you would never, where the cops would say, have fun with it, be safe, don't do nothing stupid. It all depends on literally where your position of your body is geographically.
Right.
Of what can happen.
Now, if the guy came up to him and he was standing there and he didn't, he pulled out the gun or whatever, there you go. But in the video, you could see his buddy was like looking at him like, "Oh shit," But
Like, oh,
you never
yeah.
know. It's so on either side. It's very complicating, especially when you got guys that are in the car and the cop comes up to the window, and it's night. You can't really see anything, and the guy's just doing a regular license registration, and the next thing you know, pow pow pow.
Yeah.
And the cop's like, wait, what? And he has to pull his weapon, or she has to pull her weapon out at that time. It's all a mess, and it's not easy being a cop. Trust me. You see it all the time online, all these videos. You watch all these police body cams and all that, and you see that, and dash cams too.
It's a hard topic.
But this here, it's
Tell us what you think, folks. We want to hear what you think. Send us an email.
yeah.
Uh,
We like to talk about
or
topics
call
like
in.
this
Let-
because
We like to
If
get a
you
little
have an
heated
opinion
sometimes
on
and get
this,
into a
call in
debate.
right
And
now.
you know something? You should be able to debate these things without getting crazy, because I'll tell you right now, at least for me, in my politics class in high school, I listened to my teacher and I learned how to debate without upsetting other
Right.
people and without getting to the point where violence has to happen.
Right.
I got to tell you, with all these people out here who go crazy over the elections and hurting each other and doing all this stuff, it's
a
very
little
obviously
chaotic.
that you did not pass your politics class, or maybe you didn't even
Didn't even
bother
take it.
paying attention or taking it. Because if you actually took a politics class in school, you would learn how to debate without getting violent.
Right.
You will learn that stuff. And it just seems a lot of uneducated people who don't know how to do basic stuff that you're taught.
Yeah, some people just don't get it, man. But
And it's ridiculous.
we need to have discussions civilly so that way we can come to an understanding and actually a solution.
Because you have to see both
But-
sides. and both sides have to come to a compromise in a perfect world.
Too many people are keyboard warriors online and just would rather be.
You know what I
right.
love? I love keyboard warriors,
You know?
and you see them in face and talk to them in face, and they don't know what the fuck to say.
You're right. They
Yep.
don't.
They don't, because all they rely on is that
Hiding behind
smartphone
this
in their little
keyboard
bedroom in
or
the
a
dark
screen.
on Facebook, typing behind a screen.
Right. Exactly. But you know what? You can't. You can't let it get to you. And that's why I try to avoid like Facebook and all that as much as I can with that stuff because it's just not worth it.
I wish we can go back to Facebook in 2009, 2010, back when it was just photos.
Everybody
people,
was
your
trash
friends, all
talking
they
each
did was
other.
take photos of things they were doing, and all we did was talk about stupid crap and ask when we're meeting up next and what's going on. And now you go on and someone's either getting killed or there's a dead body or someone's fucking or someone's doing this and that.
Oh boy.
It's all
Jesus.
over your newsfeed.
Yeah.
God knows what's gonna happen next.
God knows. I mean, you open Facebook and you literally don't know what you're going to stumble upon. You
really
don't know
don't.
if you're going to stumble upon a mass shooting article that's happening right now. I'll tell you right now, that last the thing that happened in Pennsylvania, I didn't know about it until I opened Facebook.
That's right.
The one that happened in Texas.
wasn't really-
Hold on.
Pennsylvania
Didn't know
wasn't a
about
mass
it.
shooting.
I know, but didn't know about it until I opened Facebook.
Yeah. Well.
They were saying that a guy down in Pennsylvania, that guy had
That was a
like,
drug.
Well, he also had 6 or 7 firearms trafficking violations.
Yeah.
The ATF had been investigating him prior.
I bet.
They were about to raid him, I guess 2 weeks after a time. Within a few weeks, they were planning on raiding him, and then a drug possession warrant came out. They went in there, and there was some serious firepower in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a crazy situation, man. But. As all good things come to an end, we are having to wrap everything up here in just a moment. So, with that being said, please, if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We won't be here on Saturday on the 24th because Kat and I are getting married. So,
M-Balm effect wedding.
yeah. Well, you guys, we'll probably do an afterburn this week. It's just been hectic. It's been a very busy month. So, I mean, just bear with us. And don't forget to email us, thembalmeffect@gmail.com. Also, don't forget to call us when we're live on the Afterburn or the M-Balm Effect, 855-622-5619. But I got to say, it's time for us to go. You all have a great
Alrighty.
rest of your weekend. Have a great
Take
week.
it easy, everybody. Have
Thanks
a
for
good
tuning
week.
in, and we'll see you
right.
next time.
That's
We'll
right.
see you next
Catch you
time,
next time.
folks.
So, have a good time.
And M-Balm Effect out.
Peace.